shortly after graduating undergrad, and I was having a conversation with one of my childhood friends, Cedric, and we were talking about what we were aspiring to do. And I hadn't yet figured out what I wanted to do with my life. This was before I started acting. And we came upon this book, and I don't know how we came upon it, but the title was very compelling. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. It was the first book that was specific to personal development that I had ever set out to read in its entirety. And we agreed that we were going to read together. And so we read through the book and we did the exercises, and it was just the launch pad of this journey of the discovery of the greater self. And that book, which is actually a portion of the laws of success, which is like this gigantic, voluminous book that Napoleon Hill wrote, put together over a long period of time. And there's some really cool mythology around Think and Grow Rich. None of it's ever been proven, but it's a great mythology that he went and sat with Andrew Carnegie, and he commissioned him to go out and gave him access to all of the most successful people in the country at that time. And Napoleon Hill was not paid, but he was given access to these people to interview them. And he put this book together about Think and Grow Rich. And if you've never read it, read it. It's a good read. There's some things in there that you can get value from, no matter what your particular lane is. And so that started my personal journey in this quest for personal development. When I was in college, I remember seeing like some infomercials with Tony Robbins, and he was promoting Unleash the Power Within and Personal Power. He had these cassette tapes at the time, and I ended up buying those and listening to them, and I got some good stuff from it. And I just found myself getting deeper and deeper into this world of personal development because I just felt so much better every time I read a book, every time I discovered a new process or a better way to develop myself with the information. And it just continued to open up bigger and greater doors. And being in that world, it expanded my own. And I want to encourage you that if you want to level up in your life, if you want to do anything better, you're going to have to continuously work on yourself. And there is no finish line. Success in personal development, success in anything is a moving target. So the idea that we have the opportunity to reinvent ourselves every day, we can hit the reset button every day, we can make a commitment to be better every day, to dig a little bit deeper, to push a little bit harder, to work a little bit harder every single day. It's a gift. It's a tremendous gift that we have. And life will create opportunities for us to discover how personally developed we are. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Like when you're emotionally maturing and you're starting to understand your own personal power, you don't respond the way you used to. You used to react before. You would fly off the handle. And now you are tempered, you are measured, you can harness that power, and you can respond. It doesn't mean that there's still not times where it's appropriate to whoop somebody's ass, but it does mean that it's more measured and strategic when you do it because you are emotionally mature, you are personally developed. So whatever it is that you're aspiring to, whatever it is that you're going through, you have to continue to work on yourself. The books that you read, it was, man, why is his name escaping me right now? He used to wear a patch over his eye. And he said, and I'm really, I feel bad. I can't remember his name. It'll come to me. But he said the books that you read, the audios that you listen to, and the conversations that you have are the determining factors in the amount of success that you produce and create in your life. The books you read, the audios that you listen to, the conversations that you have. And these are all things that are 100% in our control. And in this era of mass distraction, we live in a time where people are so easily distracted, and there's so many different mechanisms that are vying for your attention and wanting to break any level of focus that you have for yourself. So the ability to sit down, pick up a book, put it in your hand, and just start reading that bad boy and underlining it as you're reading through it and getting some more details and information and really taking the information in and not looking left or right and not looking up every time you hear a noise or anytime somebody walks by if you're reading outside, but you just put your head down and you focus and you read and you focus and you read. And then the audios that you listen to, are you listening to things that are uplifting and empowering, that are expanding your concept of yourself and your identity? And are you developing and cultivating an identity and a mindset of a champion? You see, so many people have weak inner conversation, weak constitutions, weak minds, and you got to keep those people away, keep them at bay. You can love them, you can pray for them, but keep them out of your energetic space because they're like a succubus. They'll suck the energy away from you. They'll take little tidbits of your momentum away from you because it's kind of like putting someone on your back and trying to carry them as you're running your own race. And then you can't do that. That's not sustainable. And the conversations that you have, are you talking about aspirational things? Are you talking about the goals that you have and how to better attack those goals? Or are you talking about people? Are you gossiping? Are you talking about things you have no control over? Are you engaging in the conversation of the mediocre masses? Oh, you look at the gas prices. Oh man, the economy. Oh man, all these things are happening. Oh man. People spend all this time giving voice and energy to stuff they have zero control over instead of doing something about what you do have control over and what you do have say over, which is your life and what you're building yourself up to be. Can you imagine what your life would look like if you just put your head down and went after it? Like whatever it is that you're focusing on, bettering yourself in your career, um, obtaining that promotion that you want to achieve, building a successful foundation for your business, giving yourself a significant pay raise over the next 3, 6, 9, 12 months, building your success team, uh, getting yourself in better shape, transformational shape, doing better with your diet and your exercise, doing better with your personal development regimen, listening every day to positive, empowering audio, reading books every day, having empowering conversations. And if you don't have anybody in your immediate circle, that's okay. You do have access where you can tap into this phone, this weapon of mass distraction, and turn it into a weapon of direction and determination and drive so that the things you are using it for are things that are lifting you up, empowering you, and moving you forward towards your outcomes, towards your dreams and your goals. But, ladies and gentlemen, personal development is not to be taken for granted. Personal development needs to be a way of life for you. There is no end date. We grow until we go. We grow until we go. Now, are there some people who have fixed mindsets and they have decided to park and just level out until they get to the graveyard? Yes. Are there people who are going to forever talk down to themselves? They've given up on their greater selves, their aspirations, hopes, and dreams? Yes. You can't do anything about that. Can't do anything about it. I had someone say to me the other day, I can't do that. And I was like, wow, who talks like that? Like, who even thinks like that? And that's not really what they meant to say. What they really meant to say was, I won't do it. It's not that you can't do it. I won't do it because I don't have the willingness to grow. I don't have the willingness to transform my life. I don't have the willingness to step up my game. So you have the choice, and that's the power of choice. As long as you have an able body and mind, and you're blessed with those two things, there's nothing that you cannot achieve. There's nothing that you can't do. Okay. And I'm saying that within the realms of the things that you're aspiring to. I'm not talking about being a professional athlete or an entertainer that people want to pay millions of dollars to hear or watch. I'm not talking about that. Okay. I was an entertainer, so I know how hard it is. And I didn't make millions of dollars, but I got watched by millions of people, though. That's pretty cool. My point is this, I digress. My point is, you got to keep working on yourself. And you have to understand that you're surrounded by a lot of mediocrity. You're surrounded by a lot of weak-minded people. You're surrounded by people who are not aspirational, who are looking for the easy way out, who are looking for a quick fix. And you cannot get distracted by that. That's just noise. And you don't want to be discouraged by it either, because there are people that are like you. There are people who are driven, who are determined, who are directed, who are hungry to make something of themselves, to do something special with their life. I wake up every day and I'm like, man, I want to do something special with my life. I know this. I know that's why I'm here. I know what I'm here for. Nothing's going to deter that. There's no earthly force that's going to stop me from doing that. None. None. Like, I will continuously press on moving forward with the gifts that I've been given, because I am cultivating and beating on my craft every single day. As a speaker, as a coach, as a trainer, as a leader, every single day. As a master communicator, every single day I'm beating on my craft, because I have so much more to go and to grow, so much more to learn, because the level of impact that I'm committed to, the people whose lives I'm committed to touching and transforming, is a lot of people. And so I'm useless if I'm not working on myself. If I can't be a resource for you, then I'm not being of use. And the only way I can be a great resource is to make sure that I'm constantly building and developing, cultivating my mind, my experiences, my body, my spirit, my emotional maturity, all of those things. I have to be the message that I bring. I have to embody the principles and the values that I espouse. And I got to lead and live a life that I would want put on a huge screen for all the world to see, where people can draw inspiration from. When nobody's looking, I make moves, and I move in such a way that if they were, they would be inspired. That's my task. What's yours? Get focused. Get your focus on, work on yourself. Oh, I almost had his name. It's right there. I promise you. Oh my gosh, it's going to drive me nuts. What is his name? Okay, the quote is: the books you read, the audios you listen to, and the conversations that you have. Charlie Good. Oh man. Oh, I can't believe I'm spacing on his name. But anyway, he has a patch on his eye. Just Google it. You'll find it. Keep working on yourself. Keep committed to the personal development. And it's going to take you so much further in all of your endeavors and what you aspire to in your career, in your relationships, with your family, with your business, with your fitness. All of that comes from the champion's mindset. Nick Saban, touted as the greatest college football coach of all time, everything was about mindset for him. Mindset, attitude, behavior, leadership, but it's all here, championship mindset. You can develop that. You're not fixed where you are. You can transform. Be ye not conformed to the ways of this world, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Charlie something Tremendous Jones. Charlie Tremendous Jones. That's his name. I knew it was going to come to me. See? Never give up. Be relentless. Like, it's just in me, y'all. Charlie Tremendous Jones. That's the quote, the source of the quote. But listen, if you got some value out of this, please click like and subscribe. Share this video. Share it with some people that could use some personal development in their lives. Maybe they have a fixed mindset and it's time for them to take on a growth mindset. You don't have to be fixed. And when people say, it's just the way I am. No, no, no. It's who you choose to be. And you could choose to be different. You can be brand new tomorrow morning. You can be brand new tonight before you go to bed. It's just a decision. That's the gift and the power and the purpose of what we've been given from our wonderful creator. And you can be as awesome as you want to be. All right. Have an awesome and amazing week. We'll see you next week.